So a while ago I made a scrap mechanics server, and I just joined it and there's already a random guy blowing stuff up. But I just made another one, and I made it 10 times better. One of the biggest problems is, I press a button and it literally takes a second to move. I mean, well, the chat's literally on the other side of the world. Now, this is Carl. Yeah, I kinda forgot to change the poster. But if I press a button here, my character just moves. It literally just moves. If you're European, this changes stuff so much. I mean, nothing against the chat, but Carl is so much better for ping. Oh, and make sure to watch until the end, because then I show you how to join Carl. If you know the service mod, you already know these parts, but now I've just added all these new parts. And it's just a workshop mod. You can have any of these parts in your creative worlds. Big brother! Don't delete him, it would break everything. And if you're also the host of the world, or moderator, you can use them to kick and ban people. Creation Protector. Place this on your creation, become the owner and activate it, and nothing can mess with it anymore. Sunshake! Drink this and fly! Dressbot. Works just like in survival. Bat! Use this to set your respawn point, and you can teleport back to your spawn point with any other bat. And it is an actual respawn point because I've also added PvP to the server. Yeah, just wait until I die. And we spawn back in our bat. And the server's fully vanilla. You can join with your friends and play PvP without modding any files. Just say place PvP to turn it on and off. WSD engine. If you didn't notice the servers on Physics 1, it would lag too much otherwise. But with the WSD engine you can make amazing Physics 1 cars. You'll also need one of the sci-fi wheels. Place them like normal wheels, connect them to the seat, C to engine, make sure it's rotated correctly and you turn the power on. And there you've got a drivable Physics 1 car. It drives so well you won't believe it's Physics 1. Also press the upgrade button for more advanced options. Before we take a look at all these brand new parts, a few really important things about the server. We've got an automatic backup and clear system that keeps the server running 24/7. And now that we have two servers, there's always a server you can play on with your friends. Sometimes you really want to clear the server if there's a lot of parts on the ground. For this you type place clear to start a vote to clear the server. If enough people vote for it, the server's gonna clear in 30 seconds. Sometimes, and it took that many cars to lag out the server will automatically detect the lag and then clear. Sometimes the game will even lag after clear, and we had to spawn in the host, spam him with glow sticks, and turn the graphics settings to maximum to make this happen. So it's really not that easy. And in this case, the server will just automatically restart and load one of those backups. And you see, the good thing is the server's running again in less than a minute. And you see it loaded one of our older backups. And it will also do the same if the game bug splats or crashes. So the server is super stable, anyone can play PvP on it, you can even do Physics 1 car races, and so much more. Secure switches and buttons. So one problem with the Creation Protector is that anyone can use buttons on it. So I've added secure buttons you can claim so only you can use them. And the best part is, you can't even trigger them from seats. Oh, speaking of seats, you can claim them as well. So you can finally lock your cars and prevent other people from driving off with your cars. I mean, you could also reserve seats for your best friends and stuff. And there he goes off into the distance. Next up we have the rulebook. Yeah, the server also has some rules. So just be nice to players, don't crash the server, and keep conversations in English because we cannot moderate other languages. And lastly, make sure you don't use any modded clients. This also includes modded spot guns because they're unfair in PvP and they can cause a lot of lag. And remember, if you break the rules, we can press that little neat button over here. Also, the whole ban system got a little update, but more on that later. We're also able now to ban you on both servers and any future servers. So better follow the rules if you want to have fun on a service. And now we're gonna get to my two favorite parts of the updates. They're just so much fun in multiplayer. Alright, so first up we got the sign. The signs are pretty straightforward, just place them. You can also claim them if you don't want others to edit the text, because at first you don't see anything, but if you use them you can now enter a text. Maybe hello world, because I'm a f***ing nerd. And if we enter the text, now we can see our text in-game. And I've did this before Chapter 2 released. Yeah, I wonder how long it takes until we get science in vanilla, but if you want science now, just download the mod. Now, this might not really be perfect and you can't see the signs through glass, but they're pretty cool nonetheless, especially because there's more to it. But they're really cool, especially because they're also logic compatible, so you can turn signs on and off with logic. And what I find even more interesting is you can paint the signs to change the text color as well. Now this is really cool in multiplayer because you can just name your car Taxi and people know what's going on. Now you can also build cool stuff like this toilet, and whenever someone uses it, it says that it's in use, so you can keep your privacy. Now you could also put them on your train to tell people where you're going to, and I'm just really excited to see what you're gonna do with the signs. But now we've of course also got the loudspeaker. The loudspeaker is kinda like the sign, we can claim it as well, so nobody else can edit the text. And because this is supposed to be like a texty, I want to ask other people if they want to have a ride. At first you won't notice anything, that's because we need a logic signal to trigger it. And if I now activate it, it will play this message to all players in a radius. And you also cannot spam it, the cooldown is something like 5 seconds. But well, now I notice that my taxi only has 1 seat. This makes communicating with other players so much easier. Not only because you don't need to type out the same message every time, it's also a local message, so only people in the area will see it. Yeah, I think the taxi needs a little bit more suspension. So if I walk by the sunshake truck, I can hear a little ad. I think it's pretty cool. If you played on Adam before, you know that it was almost impossible to cross railroads. And now it's that smooth, because we've also reworked this map. All railroad crossings are a lot easier to cross now. And the gaps of the rail switches have been filled, so you can have more fun building trains instead of fixing tracks. But this is just the beginning. Ultimize has been working on a new city tile. It's just a little teaser of what's gonna come. Just 2 more parts before I show how you can join. Oh no, that's wrong way. So to add more lore to the mod as well, we've added 2 posters for our servers. Of course we've got good old Item Chat, who's looking even more charming this time. And a new Carl poster as well. Yeah, sometimes it really feels like I'm starting a communist cult. Surely you want to join Carl now and experience the fun yourself. So the Steam group system we've initially used for Adam, didn't really work out. So I've created a Steam bot that automatically accepts friend requests. You can find Carl in the Steam group, a link is in the video description or our Discord server. Simply send him a friend request. So first he accepts your friend requests, and now this is really important, he will send you a code on Steam. You will later need to enter this code in-game so we know it's your Steam profile. Forgot to mention that he will also unfriend you after a while, so you will need to resend the friend request. Now you could just join him via your friends list. Luckily we can also find him in the group chat. Then we can just click on his profile and click join game. Now if this is the first time you're joining, the game is probably gonna download a bunch of stuff, so this might take a while. Now you will see this UI, so I can say told you so when you break the rules. I know you're probably not gonna read it, but at least read the rules, they're pretty important. Once you're done reading the rules, you can accept them on page 4, for which you'll need the Steam code. Once you're done, you can click the green checkmark over here, it says welcome, and the game will freeze a little bit, but that's normal, it's perfectly normal, just be patient, and then you get teleported to spawn. And you only have to do this the first time you join Carl, so we can save permissions like bans or owners across multiple servers. This will also allow us to easily replace the entire map of the server. And lastly, if you want to support us, you could join our Discord and maybe become a moderator on the servers, or you could support us via Patreon or YouTube memberships, which I just turned on for this channel. Have a fun time on Carl, and maybe watch the video about Adam if you haven't already.